Hello everyone! Now that summer is officially over, I thought it would be the perfect time to share with you a glowing fall look that is not only easy to achieve, but a little bit edgy, featuring some new products from the Burberry Essentials line. I do hope that this video might inspire you to try something different, perhaps layer your highlighters the way I'm going to show you today. So let's get started. My complexion is largely complete, so I'm going to walk you through the steps so that you have an idea of exactly what's on my face right now. I used a mixture of the Fresh Glows in number 1, Nude Radiance, and the more intimidating looking number 2, Golden Radiance, and I used 1 pump of each. I mixed them thoroughly on the palm of my hand to create a more even surface for my foundation. The shade that I'm wearing today is beige number 26, but it's just a touch dark on me, which is why I mixed 1 pump of the Fresh Glow in number 1 to help lighten the color and to give it a little bit more glow. I took this combination and blended it from eye level all the way down to my neck to get a more seamless finish, but I did use the Cashmere foundation alone on my forehead since it is 1 whole shade darker than the rest of my face. Now I'm going to show you the Fresh Glow in action as a highlighter, and this is going to be a base for our Fresh Glow highlighter pen. I like to start with my nose bridge because it's very important that I highlight this first. As I age, I definitely notice that my nose is not as straight and as sharp and pointy as it used to be, and apparently that just comes with age. I love how it glows, and this way you don't look oily so that it's not all over the face. You just, top the high points with it. And I can pop some under my brow as well. Now, if you like to touch up your highlighter throughout the day, I highly recommend this Fresh Glow pen. Because I personally don't like to touch up, I just layer the Fresh Glow Luminous Base with this, and I don't have to add additional highlighter throughout the day. But basically, I am intensifying the highlighter that we applied. I'm going to highlight the Cupid's bow. I think that's what this is best for, as well as the tip of the nose. And then I'm just going to blend everything in with a finger. And I'm sure some of you are probably surprised that I'm not using a brush today, but I find that the Burberry aesthetic is very natural, very effortless looking. And not to say that brushes aren't useful, but I do find that when I blend with the warmth of my fingertips, my clean fingertips, I can achieve a really beautiful finish without even brushes. It glides on like a gel, so I can use it around my eyes, which are super dry. It doesn't enhance any crepiness or fine lines. So I'm just going to blend it in thoroughly and add a pop of brightness that's not too glaringly glittery or gaudy. In case you're not familiar with these contour pens, they're in the same packaging as the Fresh Glow highlighter pen, except that it is a matte case. I love that this pen is user-friendly. I feel like Burberry was one of the very first to make contouring this easy and simple. So as you can see, I created 2 straight lines down the sides of my nose, and I'm just going to tap it in to blend. You don't want to overly blend so that it completely disappears, but I don't like to see lines. I just want to have a hint of shadow to make my nose bridge a little bit taller. From the front of the brow, bring it down towards the nose. I think that's just enough. And again, I'm going to blend it thoroughly. Basically, this is a whole lot of blending, and I'm doing it very slowly because I'm walking you through it and I want you to see how the textures change and meld into my skin. But in real life, this is extremely fast. It's so simple that anyone can do it. So I highly recommend you give it a try, because all these little subtle changes, especially when I put makeup on women who don't normally do this sort of thing, they're always surprised that just a little bit and a lot of blending does make such a huge difference. As much as I adore the transformative power of makeup, I do want to look more like myself than I ever have before. Despite having acne and struggling so much with my skin, I do feel I have become a lot more comfortable in my own skin, and that's partly the reason why I love this Burberry Essentials kit so much because I really feel that it speaks to women who want to look natural but feel beautiful and polished. So this is my take on, you know, everyday glowing makeup. Now, because I am getting a touch sweaty, I'm just going to powder where I feel like I need it, which is along the smile lines, around the chin, just because when I am filming, talking, putting on makeup, I do tend to get extra sweaty. Now for the most coveted piece of all, I think that this is truly a Burberry essential because this highlighter was once a limited edition item. It was a runway piece and it was sold out so quickly. The demand was really high that Burberry actually brought it back and made it permanent. So this is the highlighter in rose gold. I feel like it just changes up the mood a little bit from the Fresh Glow, which is more traditional, and I feel like this rose gold is not just trendy, but really flattering. So now I'm going to take the brush and tap it across the compact. I love this handy little brush that was included because it makes all the difference when I'm traveling on the go. And I don't use very much at all. I actually find that excessive highlighter looks kind of silly in person. Again, I'm emphasizing what I feel is natural and, you know, logical for me, but everyone has different tastes, so you just do what works best for you, your facial features, and of course, oh my goodness, you know what? I forgot to contour my jawline. Luckily, I didn't powder my jaw. I just basically create these little marks down my neck. And quite frankly, I don't do this in any graceful manner. I just literally take it down my neck and blend it. But shading it just a touch like this does go a long way when I'm being photographed. This is not rocket science. This is just making sure everything is seamlessly blended. Luckily, the Burberry texture is excellent and it's like a gel, so you shouldn't be left with any stark marks. Before we wind down with the lips, I wanted to add a bit of the darker contour just along the eyes here, which will add to the framing of the brows. I love that this has almost a liner-like effect. So I like this play between light and dark and the contrast between the textures and the glowiness and the matte finishes. So I'm all about balance on the face, and that's why I felt like it needed a little bit of something on the eyes to help tie everything together. Last but not least, we have these lip color contours, and I'm actually going to use a mix of number 1 and number 2. There are 4 shades available. I'll start with light number 2 because this is more of a my lips but better shade. For those of you with tan skin or dark skin, this would make a really great nude lip. I think what I appreciate the most about this is that it's fairly forgiving on my dry lips, and also it's easy to draw just a touch outside my upper lip line to make it look a little bit fuller. I do have a fairly thin upper lip, so any help I can get with a little bit of color goes a long way. Now I'm going to take the pink color and blend it on top to create a slightly ombre lip effect. And I'm going to go even outside the mauve, just a wee bit, just a little bit. It might not be very obvious, but there is a slight difference in color. So now I'm just going to fill in the center of my lower lip with this. I did line my whole upper lip, but here I'm just going to blend through the middle. I love that I don't need a lip primer or lip balm under this because it's really creamy and it doesn't accentuate my dry lip lines or any flakiness that my lips might have. So this is my completed glowing Burberry Essentials look. So now I'm just going to let my hair down and show you guys the finished look. And I will list all the products that I wore on my face down below in the description box as always. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye!